Yo, it's good. Today, I'm going to show you all the guitar tones I used on the cover I did of I Let It In. It took everything, I Loathe, the full album, every damn song. I'll start by saying I didn't use the same instrument for every song, so every tone affects these instruments I use a little differently. Enough blabbing, right? The main rhythm tone is Neural DSP Archetype Gojira. I just did the JD Rhythm 4 preset, which you could find under Gojira here, right? All I did was tighten the gate. Anyway, this tone... pretty cool. Next we have Nolly Nero. The riff speaks for itself, right? Nero DSP Nolly. And I use the Nero preset, which I believe I found online somewhere. It's just a clean amp compressor, a little bit of overdrive. Both overdrives. Didn't realize that. It gives like a little grit to it. The main thing here is it has like a chorus sound to it. It's in the delay. Got the mix all the way up and the feedback all the way down. You're just getting the full effect of this with the mod on, because the Nolly doesn't have a chorus option. All right, next I have what I label two-way rhythm, which is like the mid gain. So that comes in the start of two-way mirror. So less grit than main rhythm, but not entirely too light. But I also use it on Is It Really You? You can hear it sounds a little different here. Still works. Maybe nowadays I would have used a different tone. And that is Archetype Plenty. It's a preset I made, clean amp with the gain fucking hot, but then pushing it with some compression and overdrive. I didn't mess with this at all. This is flat, so I didn't mess with that. That's the only preset I actually made. Then we got Lead, only used in two-way mirror. Now that's just Archetype Plenty, artist Simon Grove, high gain lead. I didn't touch this one. I'm making the delay 160 BPM to match the tempo of the song. Last would be Cavernous Clean. I think in this case, the Nolly Nero just was too chorusy sounding. This just sounded like a nice Cavernous Clean, And then with the song, blends in pretty well. And on that tone, we're using Neural DSP Toast and Abasi Cavernous Clean preset. I've found it online somewhere. Good old clean amp, some compression. Get delay and verb here. I didn't mess with this preset at all. For all these guitar tones, they go into a master guitar bus that has this EQ on it. After I'm done recording, I use Soothe to Guitar D-Spike. If I have this on while I play, there's latency. Yeah, that's all the tones. The way I'm using all these tones without having to press anything is automation. I arm every track to record, and then I mute every track but the one I'm using. You can see here that when I first start playing, this red envelope is up, whereas every other track's not. This could get a little tricky if you're using a bunch of guitar tones and maybe your computer can't handle it. But yeah, you would have each one recording like this. Some other questions I usually get about this cover, my Loathe cover, is the bass 6 tuning. The top 4 strings are tuned up. E, A, E, A, D, F sharp. A normal tuning for a bass 6 is E, A, D, G, B, E. First two are the same, right? E, A, and then E, A. So E, A, D. Now you're gonna put that D up to an E. Then the G is going up to an A. See what I'm saying? Everyone asked me about my strings that I used on that. I used Diodario 2484 simply because they're the easiest strings to find that I could order on Amazon. Ideally, you would use lighter strings than that, but I could never find them. At the end of the day, I borrowed that bass 6 from my roommate. So I never owned this instrument. So I just kind of borrowed it so I could get the covers out. So I cannot speak on, fixing the action or fixing that instrument. To be honest, I hated it. It's why you didn't see me make any riffs on it or anything. And on that note, I think I'm done here. Any questions, any concerns, any requests, just comment. I'll get back to you all, y'all.